I think that if men could also get pregnant, most of the problems we have with society these days would have been solved. First of all, we would be happy about the 50-50 thing. Men and women are now equal and equally responsible for the incline of the birth rate of mankind. And so men no longer feel salty and envious about women is the only one that have the power to create. And women take off the burden of motherhood and pregnancy and reproducing off their shoulder. And because now men and women are both equally responsible for these things, healthcare will be improved. So birth control, pregnancy, healthcare support, things like that. I've never been pregnant before, so I don't know like the terms for any of those, but you know what I'm saying. Those will be more accessible and more safe. Even abortion would be safer and widely acceptable because now men also going through this and they take it more serious. Because I feel like because for the longest time in history, women are treated as subhuman. So medical researches, therapy, basically everything related to science was never studied on a woman's body. So now that men also do the things that women are capable of, these aspects will be discovered more properly in science and medical, etc. So we have 50-50, and then healthcare access would be easier and safer. And I think I'm missing another point. So if men and women finally go 50-50, that means we wouldn't ever argue on who pays on the first day ever again, or who pays the bill, who takes care of the child, because now that we both can work and can get pregnant, it's easier and nobody have to like push the other one just because it's like, oh yeah, it's conventional that you're capable of pregnant, so you're supposed to stay home, you can work, or the other one would be like, basically I'm saying that there would be more options if both can work and get pregnant. So no more conventional social norms, and like men can now choose to be a trad husband. Like it would be an option. Same for women. Now that men can also get pregnant, being a trad wife or going to work would be options too. It's not like anything crazy against the social norm anymore. So yeah, it would benefit both genders, men and women. They can pick and choose now. They don't have to like not having an option just because the other can create babies and the other cannot. I hope I made that clear. And now that we don't argue on stuff like that anymore, we could move on to solving more serious problems, like, because this whole time the so-called gender war is kind of unnecessary. It's just under the umbrella of more serious stuff that we should have solved like long ago, instead of focusing on arguing if patriarchy or matriarchy is right or feminism is right or not. So I'm saying that instead of being stuck at the so-called gender war forever, we now could have just moved up to solving the real problems above it, which is capitalism, racism, and what's the other one? Can't remember. But those bigger stuff like that, because if it were not capitalism fall, then why are the majority of the population still struggling and suffering every day? Like, we used to be so happy for having a 9 to 5, going to college, but now we're like, I feel like everyone now is at least in debt, if not school loan, then rent, or we wouldn't have anything left after paying rent, you know what I'm saying? Even though we dedicate most of our time, no matter how young or old you are, we all go 40 hours per week. I'm talking about like the majority of the population, obviously. So yeah, solve those things, improve society, living standards, instead of being stuck at arguing whether men or women should do this or that, and if it's mandatory to take this or that responsibilities, etc. So yeah, I think if men could get pregnant, we would have more headspace and room to solve more important problems in crisis. No matter which country you're in or what age you are, I think there are a lot of problems more serious than gender war that we're being blindfolded with. And also, I think if men could also go through what women are going through, everyone would have been more empathized, and the same go for women too. Like, women now understand what it's like to be equal to men, so like take up equal responsibility. Like, if the man is pregnant, then she will have to go out there and work and take care of the whole family, like the stuff that men do. She now finally understand and have more empathy towards the male population. That would be great, right? The only thing that would defeat hate, like hatred against each other, is definitely love. So 50-50 in terms of pregnancy would hopefully solve that. And yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. I thought I have more to say, but can't think of anything right now, so we'll probably end here. Sometime from now, I probably experience more as I grew up. I mean, my frontal lobe is definitely still developing, so I expect to have different perspective or experience in the future that will maybe change my take on this theory, and I'll make a note update if that happens. And yeah, I just checked my notes again, and I found out the point that I was missing that I wanted to say. So, a lot of people have this statement about gay marriage. They try to banish gay marriage because they think these gay couples cannot reproduce, and that's the point of marriage, which I find kind of flawed. So I'm not gonna say any more on that, but I think if this thing, men being able to get pregnant, were real, then that wouldn't be a problem to debate on, because men can marry men women can marry women and still have biological children without asking for the third person, asking for help from a third person. And that would be great, because now that we finally, whoever say the statement that gay marriage is not good can finally empathize and accept these gay people, even non-binary people, we move on to solving the bigger problem rather than just being stuck at arguing, oh my gosh, should these gay people have rights, blah blah blah. Yeah, and another thing is that the red pill community have been blaming women on different things, like the incline of birth rate, the male loneliness epidemic, and being angry about having to pay on the first date. That wouldn't be a problem anymore, because now that men can get pregnant, they are directly tied to the physically directly tied to the baby that they could have. So they would be more responsible in relationship, both not serious and romantic relationship, and their mindset on sex life and dating culture would shift drastically. What's the word? Drastically, yeah. And I feel like they wouldn't be as entitled to the other person's body, and dating wouldn't be about power and taking the lead anymore. It's 50-50 now, because both could get pregnant if anything happened. So yeah, that's the entire take I have. Thank you.